Okay, guys, in this video, we are going to review linear equations in standard form. Okay, so why are they called standard form? That's because the variables are on the left, so you can see that x and y are on the left, and the numbers on the right. That's called standard form. So first, we're going to determine if the following 2 points belong to this line. This equation represents graphically a line. You can also ask a similar question, which is whether these 2 points are solutions to this equation. Either one is equivalent. It's the same thing. Are they solutions? Do they belong to the line? Okay, so we're going to go on the resources. So click on the top right, and then we are going to click on the Desmos Scientific Calculator. So Desmos Scientific Calculator, open that up, and we are going to type the left-hand side, but the x and the y, the unknowns, we're going to replace them by parentheses. Okay? We're not typing the right-hand side, just the left-hand side. Okay, now that we did that, we're going to go to the first point, and in the first set of parentheses, we're going to put the x coordinate, or the first point, the first value, and the second is going to be the y coordinate of that point. So that's going to be -1. Okay, I got -4. Does that match my right-hand side? Okay, this is my right-hand side. Yes, it does. So that means this point is going to be on the line. Now let's try -2, -6. So again, I'm going to start with my equation, and I'm going to replace x and y with parentheses. Then I'm going to put the x value in the first set of parentheses and the y value in the second set of parentheses. And I got -10, which does not match the right-hand side, so that point will not be on the line. Okay, so next is the x and y intercepts. Now, it is very important for you guys not to mix them up, and this is the most common mistake. Remember that the x-intercept is intersection with the x-axis, and the x-axis is the horizontal axis. So if you are on the horizontal axis, you cannot move up or down. Imagine you are stuck on this axis, okay? If you can't move up or down, your y coordinate is going to be 0. So we already know this is going to be something like this, right? So where the y is 0. For the y-intercept, you're going to be on the vertical axis, which means that you can only move up or down, right? But not left or right. So your x coordinate is going to be 0 and y coordinate is going to be something. So let's figure out what that something is. So let's go back to our equation. Let's first start with the x-intercept. So we already know that the y is 0. So if the y is 0, this is going to drop out. So you're going to wind up with -x equals -4. Why is it going to drop out? Because when y is 0, if you multiply it by 2, doesn't matter, it's still going to stay 0. Now we need to solve -x equals -4. So how do we get rid of the negative on the left-hand side? What do we do? So remember, -x is the same as -1 multiplied by x. And so what operation is opposite of multiplication? Well, that would be division. So people make mistakes and they think we can add 1. No, we don't. We divide. We need to do an operation that's opposite to cancel the -1. So here it's going to cancel, and then -4 divided by -1 is going to be +4. So that means your x is equal to 4. So let's type that here. Okay, so that's the x-intercept. What about the y-intercept? So for the y, what happens? The x is 0. So if the x is 0, what does that mean? That means that this term will drop out. I will wind up with 2y equals -4. So to undo the 2, again, remember this is multiplication. What operation is opposite of multiplication? Division. So you're dividing by 2. Okay, so what does that do? That's going to cancel it here. And -4 divided by 2 is -2. Always check on the calculator if you are not sure. So this is going to be 0 and -2. Finally, we need to graph the line. For the line tool, you can see that all you need is just 2 points. And we already have those 2 points, our intercepts. So 4, 0, that's 1. right? Because we're going 4 to the right and we're not going up or down, so we're on the x-axis. And 0, -2 means we're not going left or right, but we're going 2 down. Okay, so this is my line. But before I submit, I want to go back to what I did in part A. Notice how 2, -1, we said it was on the line. Let's check to see, is it on the line or not? Well, where is 2, -1? So you start at the origin, right? You start over here. You're going to go 2 to the right and 1 down, and you're going to wind up right here. Is that point on the line? Yes. But -2, -6, which would have been over here, that's not on the line. So it looks like we got this right.